Welcome to my guide series on Galactic War in ZeroSpace. Today we'll be looking at Prefect Aster on what I believe to be his best map. So I'm currently level 2 with Prefect Aster, but the only benefit from the second level is the rally ability, which I just won't use, so it's as if I'm level 1 with him. We'll be playing on Advance. The main weakness with Aster is that his early game is pretty bad and he needs to retain his units in order for them to get stronger. The main mechanic of Protectorate is that your units gain experience from killing enemy units and level up from that and gain stronger, and it's a snowball effect. However, that doesn't help you much in the early game, so he struggles on quite a number of maps that require you to be quite aggressive. This map, however, suits him pretty well for reasons that I will showcase here. So, look, starting off with the top bar, you get a Shockwave, which is a 3-second stun, 30-second cooldown, and it doesn't cost you any energy. So this is an ability you can basically spam whenever you want. And Reinforcements, which just lets you use some units. So we're going to go over here. We're going to pull all the enemies. They're these explosive barrels. And we want to stack as many enemies as possible around them. And then blow them up. All the enemies are dead. Great. There we go. That's this area clear. I'll ask my ally to... I'm playing with AI, by the way. I'll ask my AI ally, you can do that with pings, to clear this area as I'm moving on to the next one. The main thing with Aster with this strategy is that you want to get your flux as fast as possible, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to actually be skipping this area and moving straight over here. Again, gathering as many of these stingers as possible. Up to these boxes. Blow up. And what I did there before is I set my harvester to this flux, so the harvester will go over here and harvest this flux as soon as possible. There we go, that's clear. Now we'll go up here and finish clearing this. So the main strategy that I'll be going for is going to be with ironwings. So we'll get 3 of these Skydocks. And we'll start spawning ironwings as soon as we're able. The harvesters have a heal. Try to do that. Unfortunately, the ally seems to have spawned with the hero inside of their base, so it's currently unable to help me. Due to this, I'll use my first reinforcement to just spawn some early game commandos. Ideally, I would have wanted to spend it on ironwings, but I don't exactly have a choice here. I need early game firepower in order to not lose harvesters. Oh, never mind, the harvester still went down. So yeah, as you can see here, I'm going to be playing at quite a handicap due to this bug. Oh, the hero got free. Nice. But yeah, the other heroes, even at level 1 or 2, would be able to have both of this area cleared and have pushed out to here right now. So I am a bit behind. Thankfully, it's not that big of a deal, as the mech is pretty capable on its own in the early game. So the main thing to worry about is the later game on this map. This map gets significantly harder later on. So it suits Aster quite well, who also has a weak early game and a much stronger late game. So let's build some more barracks. As you can see, despite spawning the harvester straight away, we're a bit behind on our flux compared to our hexite, so we're going to be spawning a bunch of commandos in order to compensate for that. Great, the ally is here with a decently sized army, so we're going to go back and actually clear the bonuses as the ally defends the attack waves. Clear this as well. Yep, the ally is doing a good job of clearing up the enemies for now. This attack wave will get to the mech, but that's okay. It has a lot of health and it will heal every time it clears a armory. So it's very difficult to lose it early, so you can take your time. Okay. We're going to get both the research lab and the mechanical research lab. Unfortunately, the ironwings don't have upgrades, but we want to be able to spawn some griffins to heal our ironwings. And on top of that, we do want the commando upgrades, which require both of the research places. So it's a bit of an investment, but it will pay off in the long run. So let's actually pull back. Most of these units are ground and cannot attack air. So what I'm doing here is I'm kind of baiting them in. And there we go. The ally, let's have the ally also come up here. The mech is upgrading its system. Ideally, at this point, you would want to clear up to this area and this area. You want to stay ahead of the mech where possible. However, currently we're behind and we don't really have enough forces to catch up. We would lose too much. So we're just going to take it easy on the clearing and clear with the mech once it upgrades. There we go. We can start clearing this area. And the mech is moving, so we're going to move with it. And let's get a few griffins as well. And some commandos to tank. Okay. Great, let's clear up here. Clear out the enemy hero, which is causing us quite a bit of grief. And let's have the ally clear up to here as well. I'm going to be spawning some barracks here, and the reason for that is twofold. First of all, they'll provide good commando reinforcements just on the field without having to walk all the way here. And second of all, they have these healing drones which will heal all units in an area. So they can heal both my units, my allies' units, and the mech itself. Ideally, you would want to clear the area and spawn them here beforehand, but that's not possible with their unfortunate early game. So we're just gonna take it easy, do what we can, and not overextend. The thing that will kill you on this mission is overextending, trying to go for bonus objectives too early, trying to clear areas too early when you should be defending, that kind of thing. So the armory is over halfway done, so I will try to clear more of the area before the mech moves on. This area is above the main objective, and air units will get stuck here and die a lot of the time if you don't clear it. So by clearing this, I can both attack the enemies from a high ground and I'm also protecting my air units in the future so that they don't just walk through this area and die. Okay. There we go. This is quite a fortunate combination for us, where Grell don't have a lot of strong anti-air units, and on top of that, the mercenary that we got also has a lot of melee or only anti-ground units, so we're able to clear these areas with very little resistance. Let's push in a bit and deal with this hero. There we go, the area is mostly clear and the mech is upgrading. It hasn't yet moved. So that's great. Once the mech is upgrading, once the bar here is green, there will be no more attack waves. So you can move on and get your allies to move on as well. And again, we will spawn some barracks over here. And let's also, there's these rocks that prevent movement. So if you destroy them, then units can move through it, which makes for easier reinforcement. Since we have some extra time, let's try to clear towards the next main objective. You can also spawn supply depots and upgrade them to the turret over here. However, in general, the supply depots don't do a lot of damage, so it's not really all that useful. And the drones take a long time to move here from your base. The further away the location that you need to build is from your base, the more time it will take for it. No, some of Allies' units decided to go up here to die. That is very unfortunate. One thing that you do need to learn how to do in this mission is how to control your AI ally. So as you can see there, I pinged the ally over here to defend, but I did it a bit too late, so before he was able to get there to defend, he sent a bunch of his units to his death. But that's fine. This is why I'm showcasing this on this map. Even if things don't necessarily go well, this map is easy enough for my hero that even major issues can still be overcome. You don't need to play perfectly. So we're clearing the last armory. As the ally is defending the attack waves. And we can also clear up any attack waves that come from the right side, whilst also keeping an eye on our allies. Let's get our commando upgrades. So we want attack range and shredding rounds. That's usually the best ones to get. And when you have your Iron Wing upgrades, the best ones of those are the ones that gives you a shield. So as you can see, we're nearly maxed despite having a very slow start and not a great early game. And these barracks are doing a very good job of keeping the mech healthy, keeping themselves healthy, and stalling the attack waves until they can be cleared out. Going to finish clearing up this area. Wrong thing. Apologies for the occasional lag spikes. Certain things like invincibility, or there are some situations where, for whatever reason, the game spikes. So the last area is cleared. I'm gonna spawn some barracks over here, since we have the extra hexite for it anyway. And since the mech is still upgrading and we're basically clear, we're going to... this is the easier one. So the first one is the monstrosity. That's the one that spawned over here. The ally will probably not be able to clear that, but the Wonderbot should be easier. So whilst we have some free time, I'm going to tell the ally to attack this way and try to capture the Wonderbot, whilst I go this way and destroy the monstrosity. If you are able to, destroying the monstrosity early is quite good. As you'll notice, when we defeat it, it's going to give us 1,000 of each resource when killed, which is very good. However, killing it can be quite problematic. And this is the Sol Invictus, so you need to be careful. It will explode when it dies. Yep, so position yourself appropriately, get out of the way. And we'll be back here by the time that the mech gets here. So great timing. Lost a bunch of commandos, so got a bunch of top bar energy, now using that top bar energy for ironwings. Now that I do have extra resources, I'll try to have some supply depot defenders over here. There we go, ally captured the Wonderbots, that's great. If you do not have the spare time, if let's say by the time that the mech is moving you have barely cleared this area, what you can do is not clear the bonus objectives yet, and clear them either when some of the attack waves spawn, or if the attack waves are too fierce. What you can do is, after it's done unlocking this armory and is upgrading to destroy this base, you can go and try to clear especially this objective, since it's relatively close. This one is a bit more out of the way. It might, in general, be better to just skip it if you're feeling like you're a bit behind. So as you can see, the drones are quite slow to get there. It has been a few minutes and only half of the supply depots that I wanted to build are built. But that's no problem. We don't necessarily need them. Great. Ally is dealing with that. There we go. Ally has finally finished that off. And will there be one more attack wave? No, there won't. So this would be a good time. The bar is near its end, so you know that no attack waves will spawn, so you can start heading over here, and then takes a little bit of time to unlock, takes a little bit of time over here. So I don't recommend that both players leave at this point, since the mech can quite easily get overwhelmed by enemies. But one person heading off to deal with one of the bonus objectives is fine at this point. So at the end, a bunch of enemies will come, and a big boy, be careful of his AoE. As you can see there, it can attack and deal damage to air units. So in general, you want to approach from his side, deal with all of the enemies that spawn behind him, and kind of kite him around if he is aggroed onto you. More reinforcements will spawn over here, so if you're positioned kind of above this door, you're able to deal with them without having to go through his AoE. Oh, careful. And there we go. And that's the mission. So in general, you can not worry too much about clearing to this area very quickly. The mech will be fine for the most part. The attack waves are small enough to where it won't die. Then you want to be ahead, clearing to here, here, and here, and you do the bonus objectives in the interim when you have the spare time. So that's been a showcase of Aster on Advance. If you want any help, there is a written companion guide to this in the ZeroSpace Discord. I'm also very active in the Discord as well, so if you have any questions or need any help, feel free to ask for it there or in the comments of the video. Hope you have fun and see you in the next one.